think, yeah, we're live. So let's do the clap. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Hunters Hub. This is your host Fortuan, joined by co-host Sasha. How you doing tonight?
Good. Ready to see if my new strategy of no studying pays off.
I'm excited for tonight. Coincidentally, I have extensively played most of the games that were picked. So I actually didn't have to do a ton of research to do the questions. So I was like really excited. Now there's a few I haven't played it ever, but yeah. So
So it's the Fortron episode.
Yeah, you just gave us a good clue.
Yay!
it's okay. I'm not worried
Glad
about
we're
that
not
clue.
playing with your brother.
Doom, and Doom.
Oh, Diablo.
And yeah, a little bit of Diablo.
I feel like you guys know me too well. All right. Welcome, Ace. How you doing, bud?
Good. Got some buffalo mac and cheese, fighting back exhaustion, as per usual.
Yeah, I get you. Sorry, I have been just sending the message to the Discord for them to show up.
I mean, I got it for last week, but I got one of those pillow thingies that has the little armies for back support. Snom, more comfy.
I used to have a big neck pillow thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the girls each have one, but I don't know where they went. Morg, welcome back from recording again from outside. No thunderstorms today.
No, it's a clear, beautiful day. Got the smoker going. We got a roast chicken on the Barbie. Oh, it's a lovely day. Ooh.
Just noticed there was something in my beard. I don't know what it was. All right. It was a little weird. All right. So tonight is quiz night, episode 9. We're gonna do our usual, round robin stuff. Sasha is the previous champion, so she'll be picking who goes to go first. Quick rundown for the audience. We are guessing the game based on 3 clues. First clue garners you 3 points, then 2, then 1. It is a round robin, so each person will get to choose a game to start with. We do 3 games per year for 5 years, and then we have a Jeopardy question where people bet their points to try to edge it out in the end, which was started by the infamous Chauncey episode. Because he was so far ahead, we decided to give people a chance, and he still demolished it. So
we don't talk about that. We don't need to.
Okay.
We don't talk about Chauncey. No.
Yeah, he's out there. He's out there watching the kids, so he has no idea what we're saying.
Yeah.
My parents have.
We don't have to tackle the.
Gone away, not on another vacation. They're visiting my dad's mother, so kind of a vacation. Okay, so for review for the audience and you guys here, the 5 years tonight, there was a change. So audience, if you paid attention last week, there is a change on the final year. So we have 1987, 1994, 2003, 2010, and 2014. We originally had 2015, but I had realized we had just done that. So I kind of was like, let's skip it back to 2014. Just so we haven't, we don't do the same year 2 episodes in a row. And yeah, so 1987. Sasha, you get to pick who goes first.
I'm gonna pick Ace.
Okay. Going.
Don't ruin your plan and pick C.
Good. So game A, B, or C, Ace? I guess C.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
So our first question of the night, 1987, Clue 1, Game C. This turn-based RPG in further titles often doesn't allow the player to pick their main character and class. However, in this debut title, the player chose 4 characters and their classes to begin with.
Ooh.
I'll go with a second hint.
Okay, second hint.
Hmm.
So, clue 2. While many fantasy games have fighters, rogues, and etc., this series coined the terms of the black, white, and red mage. Ooh, I like Morg's face here.
I will drive it down with a third hint.
I mean, yeah, this is probably going to happen with these older games. So the third hint, due to the dire situation that both Square and, let me get this right, because his name is very hard for me to pronounce because it's Japanese. Hironobu Sakaguchi found themselves, they expected this to be their last hurrah, and this reflected in the name. Instead, it reviewed well and sold very well, and it saved the company and has become one of gaming's most popular series.
Oh, this one's so easy. You have the answer, right?
I mean, I'm sure it's a Final Fantasy game. Final Fantasy VII? I'm not familiar with like the years or anything, so I wouldn't be able to know the title exactly.
It is not Final Fantasy VII. Sasha, do you have a guess?
Final Fantasy. Period.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's just Final Fantasy.
That is correct. It is Final Fantasy 1. Sasha steals for 1 point.
I know nothing about the series except for Sephiroth kills Aerith.
That is Final Fantasy VII. You are right about that.
Mm-hmm.
So Sasha steals for 1 point. Okay.
And Cloud has a sword and throws rocks when he's bored.
Sure. You know, there are many Final Fantasy games outside of 7, right?
Well, I was just quoting the song there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. So round robin style. We are to Sasha. Game A or B?
A.
Okay. 1987, game A, Clue 1. While this series became extremely popular with the second title, this first entry is generally not remembered or even liked.
And the second clue?
Okay. Capcom is now a primarily console game maker, with the only recently making a concerted effort for PC releases. However, this game was not only initially in arcades, but also the MS-DOS and platform on PC and TurboGrafx.
Street
I know
Fighter?
this one too.
That is correct for 2 points.
Yep.
Street Fighter. Alrighty. She's coming out the gate strong, guys. All right, Morg. You are left with game B for 1987. Clue 1.
B for best.
All right. Open world games are a common thing these days. However, in 1987, they weren't. Thus, along with the dynamic random scenarios, this game stood out from more linear titles that were common at the time.
Okay. Second clue?
Okay. Second clue. Being a pirate in the Caribbean, you were able to choose many starting points in the game that vastly changed the gameplay scenarios. 1560 being the first year, and 1680 being the final year in which you can start.
Oh, no. They had to get the two that I knew, but this is the one that I'm stumped on. Third guess.
All right. In order to attract customers, the publishers decided for the first time to attach the lead developer's name to the title. Sid Meier, who to this day is still a recognizable name in the game industry.
Oh,
Hold on. You guys can steal if he doesn't get it right.
I give up. I have no idea what it is.
Okay. Ace, do you have a guess?
Is it Sid Meier's Pirates?
Yeah, that is correct for 1 point.
That was one of the ones on the list that I studied. So
I
Yay.
never played it. So
I never did.
no.
I never did either.
I never played any of the 1987 games. So I was wrong. There's some that I didn't play. Ace stole for 1. All right. So we are moving on to 1994. We are starting with Morg's choice. Game A, B, or C?
I'm going to go with C.
Everyone's taking Sasha's plan today. All right. Game C, clue 1. Morg. While this SNES title is actually the 6th installment in the series, many North Americans knew it as the 3rd, given it was released with a 3 after the series name.
Oh, it's Final Fantasy 3, isn't it? Did I get it?
It is not Final Fantasy 3.
No! Oh, wait. No, it was Final Fantasy 5 that was mistaken for 3. Oh!
Ace, do you have a guess?
Gonna guess based off of what I remember from the list is it's Sonic the Hedgehog 3?
No.
No? It wouldn't be an SNES game because Sega was still in.
Oh, right.
Sasha?
That just brain farted because they're together now on Switch.
I'm going to say Final Fantasy VI.
That is correct. Final Fantasy 6. Yeah, it is 6. That was the 3rd one. Morg, you were so close. Sasha steals for 3 points.
I just said the wrong title name.
Yeah.
Oh!
Woo!
Balls. Oh,
All
wow.
right. Sasha is on a roll. Okay, Ace. Game A or B for 1994? I'm sorry, Morg. That's a rough one to...
I'll go with
Just
A.
because I got the title of the game wrong, so now I'm confused too. No.
So game A. All right. 1994. The release of the sequel was fairly quick into comparison to modern times, 10 months to be exact. So we were saying 10 months exactly from between the first and second release. The release date was planned according to the Doomsday method, which is a way to determine the exact day of a week for where a certain day lands.
I'll take a second hint.
Okay. Second hint. It had become successful enough with the first installment of this series that this title was finally able to be on store shelves. The game sold out in less than a month, which they expected to... they didn't expect to have to restock for 3 months, and it made them even more successful.
You're telling me nothing about the actual game.
Nothing
if
about
you
the
listen
actual content of the game.
If you listen carefully, the name of the company was said in that.
Can I get a repeat?
Id had become successful enough with the first installment of the series that this title was finally able to be on store shelves. The game sold out in less than a month, which they expected to not need to restock in 3 months, making them even more successful.
I'll take a third hint.
All right. As a joke, the developers put the headshot of John Romero using a picture from a Business Week article as the secret weak point to the final boss. Romero found the joke on his own and played into it, making the final boss say, "To win the game, you must kill me, John Romero," distorting and reversing his voice to sound demonic.
Doom 2?
Mm-hmm. Is correct for 1 point.
Wow.
Okay. See, when you said Doomsday Clock, I instantly wanted to be like Doom 2, but nothing was confident in my
They did that
decision
on
making there.
purpose. They used the doomsday method to determine the release date. So it makes sense. All
I didn't know
right,
how close they were, so
Sasha, I believe that leaves you with game B to start off. So, 1994, game B. Game number 6 of this series was the final entry to appear on the NES, which was much after the release of the Super Nintendo.
The next clue?
Okay. Previous entries had fan input for boss designs, but this was the first time that fans got to determine the robots from outside of Japan.
And the last clue?
All right. Gameplay-wise, nothing changed for this Capcom platformer, but they attempted story changes, giving it more of an exciting backdrop. Dr. Wily, though, as always, behind it all, with Dr. Light and Rush aiding our hero once again.
Mega Man 6?
Oh, which title?
That is correct for 1 point. I almost said 2 points. That is correct for 1 point. Yeah. So,
don't you mean Dr. Willie?
Wiley? I don't know. I've always called him Wiley.
It's Wily.
Willie per the typo in the game.
Oh. All right. I like my friend Courtney Witherbloom is getting some of these. And all right. So we have we're moving on to 2003 with Ace's first pick. Game A, B, or C?
B.
B. Okay. I just happened to be highlighted on that one. All right. Clue 1, 2003, Game B, made by the EA Sports Big label from their Canadian studio. This game received stellar reviews on both the GameCube and PlayStation 2.
It's an EA Sports game, or can you repeat that?
Made by the EA Sports Big label, big as in being a part of the name, from their Canadian studio. This game received stellar reviews on both the GameCube and PlayStation 2.
I'm going to take a chance. And based on how they title the games a year ahead of time, is it Madden 2004?
It is not Madden 2004. Sorry, the door opened randomly and I didn't know what it was. It was them letting Blinky in. Sasha, would you like another clue or would you like to try to guess?
I would like another clue.
All right. Despite being a
Fair
real
enough.
sport of snowboarding, it was set on a fictional mountain for the SSX Championship.
SSX 3.
That is correct for 2 points.
Nope.
What in the world?
What? What's wrong, Morg?
Oh my god. I don't know how she gets these.
I've played that game. I like snowboarding games.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Sasha,
Okay,
your
yeah,
choice
I would
of
have been clueless.
A or B.
A.
All right. So 2003
Wouldn't-
game A, clue 1. What?
Wouldn't it be A or C?
Sorry, you're right. A or C. You're right.
I'm gonna take A.
Okay.
You guys
Okay.
have ruined my whole strategy the whole game. So.
All right. This was the first of the Capcom 5, which were games by Capcom to help boost the sales of the GameCube. However, much like many other of the Capcom 5, that exclusivity expired.
Yep, I'll take the next clue.
All right. Clue 2. This side-scrolling beat-em-up featured various superpowers meant to emulate camera tricks in movies. Everything from speeding things up, slowing things down, and to close-ups, which inflicted more damage.
And the last clue.
All right. The last clue. When the movie fan Joe had his girlfriend Sylvia stolen by the superhero Big Blue, he transported it to the screen, giving him beautiful powers. Henshin to go, baby.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know that.
Well,
Hi, Courtney.
I'm just gonna pass it right over to Morg because I don't know.
All right.
I got nothing.
Morg, do you have a guess? I didn't hear anything.
Nope.
What?
Nope. Didn't hear anything.
Beautiful Joe.
That is correct for 1 point.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah. It was notable. I don't know. Notable. There you go. Because I'm saying beautiful, so it was
It infected your brain.
Yeah. It was notable because of it being part of that big Capcom project. Also, it reviewed very well. So, who started on that one? Sasha did. Or you did? You did?
No, it was Ace.
Question. The question was me. I think it goes to Morg now.
Sasha started that one, yeah.
So, Morg, you were stuck with game C, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Game C, 2003. Clue 1. Taking place during World War II, the player could play in 3 separate campaigns, the American, British, and Soviet campaigns.
Second clue?
Second clue. World War II shooters were part of a craze during this time period. Infinity Ward cut their teeth with Activision, jump-starting the franchise and possibly the whole trend.
Final clue.
All right. Now the franchise seems to be known for starting a whole negative stereotype of gamers known as COD Bros. It started with stellar reviews and Game of the Year awards.
Okay, yeah. I know what it is.
You're cutting out again, buddy. I heard you say, I know what it is.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, it's Call of Duty.
You are correct for 1 point. Call of Duty. The original.
Just wasn't sure which one it was. Yeah.
Okay. So we are back to Sasha picking first. In the year 2010, game A, B, or C?
C.
Okay. Back to the old faithful. All right. While technically a sequel, this Rockstar game at first glance seemed to be a brand new franchise, staying away from their Grand Theft Auto series.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yep. 3 points for Sasha.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I knew that was a dangerous one for her.
All right.
Sasha immediately got it. All right. Morg. Game A or
Okay.
B?
I'm going to choose A this time.
Okay. First clue. Known for tactical FPS games, Zipper Interactive took on their most ambitious project with their player-driven and live results of faction wars.
Faction wars. Second guess?
Okay. The factions represented future corporations fighting in a proxy war. Raven Industries GmbH representing Western Europe, SVER representing most of Asia, and Valor Company Incorporated for North and South America.
Second guess?
You mean third clue?
Or third clue, yeah.
Known at the time for having huge player versus player matches, Suppression being the smallest game mode with 16 versus 16, which consisted of 4 squads, and a platoon leader, and the largest being Domination, a game of 128, meaning it had 4 platoons on each side on each arena.
Oh my god. I honestly have no idea which one this one is.
You can always shoot a shot.
I'm gonna pass.
Okay. Ace?
I was gonna say Battlefield, maybe.
Battlefield's not it.
I didn't think so.
Can I have the hints again?
All right. Known for tactical FPS games, Zipper Interactive took on their most ambitious project with player-driven and live results of a faction war.
Okay.
The second clue, the factions represented future corporations fighting for control in a proxy war. Raven Industries GmbH representing Western Europe, SVER representing the most of Asia, and Valor Company Incorporated for North and South America.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final clue, note the time for having a huge player versus player matches, Suppression being the smallest with 16 versus 16 with 4 squads and a platoon leader, and the largest being Domination, a game mode of 128 versus 128.
Oh my god, I looked it up and I know what the game is. I can't believe I never even heard of it before. Oh well.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have an answer.
Okay.
MAG.
Okay. Sasha, do you have an answer?
I'm gonna say MAG because he just said it.
Yes, that would be right. It is MAG. Or MAG for Massive Action Game.
That game. I've never even played it once. Torch one.
He's talked
Did you
about
actually
it before.
play this game?
Yes, I did.
He has.
I loved it. I
No idea what it even was.
It was just an FPS like COD-like shooter that was entirely player driven.
All right.
I can go in a lot more detail about it another time, but we got quiz stuff to do. So that leaves Ace, I believe, with game B.
Sure. What obscure thing do you have for me now?
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
okay.
This
These
one's
games have
incredibly
not been
niche.
obscure, okay?
Come on now. It's gonna be
Pretty niche,
Nintendo.
man. I don't know anybody who's ever played half of these games.
Red Dead?
Actually, none of them.
I've played Red Dead.
No.
I've played
Beautiful
original
Joe?
Red
Final
Dead.
Fantasy 6? Come on, man.
Mag. Who plays Mag?
Call of
Come on.
Duty?
I don't know, man. These are, these aren't popular games, man. I don't know where you're getting all these titles from.
All right. So
From these indie creators.
all right.
Oh well.
Game B, Ace Clue 1. Despite the initial reviews and its original release being very high, this Sony Santa Monica game, upon remastering, only garnered excitement by original fans and not reviewing very well.
Hmm.
This is God of War 3.
That is correct for 3 points. God of War 3.
I was going to say, Sony Santa Monica kind of gave it away. And my last minute studying helped.
Okay.
Because on the last one, I was trying to think, because there's like Halo Reach, there's like Battlefield Bad Company 2, I think. And I'm like, but that doesn't sound like that, because I feel like those companies would have bragged about having like hundreds of players on at the same time.
Yeah. So, Morg, you had the choice of game A, B, or C for the final year, 2014.
Cappuccino.
Really, all three?
Yeah.
Huh.
Which one? A, B, or C?
Let's see. I'm gonna go with C this time.
Okay. Game C, Clue 1. A new studio, fresh out of working on Call of Duty, decided to mix things up by making a first-person shooter with mechs.
Oh, I know what this is. It's Titanfall.
That is correct. Yes.
That's where the Fortuan clue would come in handy.
Yeah.
Yay!
I never played this one because it was Xbox.
But
I
you
only
talk
know
about
this because,
Titanfall 2 all the
mechs
time.
are a big thing in Titanfall, so yep.
Alrighty. So, Ace, game A or B?
I'll go with A.
All right. Game A, 2014. Many fans of this spectacle fighter were astonished when Sega was no longer the publisher, and the game instead, in a 2012 presentation, was announced that Nintendo would be publishing it, making it a Wii U exclusive.
Fighter game Wii U.
Is Bayonetta 2?
That is correct for 3 points. Bayonetta 2.
I was like, spectacle. That's like what that game is known for. And then
I forgot
later,
that.
didn't it
I
come
forgot
to
that Bayonetta.
3DS?
I forgot also that Nintendo got the rights to it because they also feature it as a Smash Bros. Character. I think in what was it? It was the one before Smash Ultimate.
It's
Which
Smash
one was it?
Wii
It was the
U.
one on 3DS. And
Just Smash 4,
Yeah.
Smash Wii U.
Mhm.
That's right.
Okay, so Sasha, you are stuck with Game B on 2014.
Okay.
First clue. While many NES games are beloved, they often don't age well. Developer Yacht Club Games set out to make a modern-style throwback to such titles and seemed to be successful based on reviews and sales upon release.
I just love the scrunch face right away. Just, disgusting.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah, I already know. Like, B does not treat me right. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the next clue.
All right. Part of the surge of crowd-funded video games, this title racked up many investors before the initial PC, 3DS, and Wii U launch. The game that originally started as a joke between friends became a huge success.
Nope.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I'll take the next clue.
All right. Due to a large amount of funding, it not only released with the Shovel of Hope campaign, but the Plague of Shadows, Spectre of Torment, and the King of Cards, all of which can be played in the Treasure Trove edition.
Shovel Knight.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight. Yeah, the second clue is meant to state how much of a success that Kickstarter was, because it was a big deal at the time. I think it was one of the highest grossing Kickstarters on the site at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So Sasha.
Infinidagger!
Alrighty, so the end results. We have a very high scoring game for everybody, honestly.
Oh,
There was only a few No, I don't think there was a single game that no one got. I think everything was guessed at some point.
I think I might have cheated a little bit and gave one away.
I think it would have been the only one
Yeah.
that would have been.
Yep. Yeah, I would
But-
not have gotten it without that.
Here are the final results before the Jeopardy round. So we have Ace sitting at 8 points. We have Sasha at 14, tying Chauncey's initial go. So there you go.
Alright.
And then we have Morg at 5.
Ooh, 5!
So
It's a good number.
So into the Jeopardy round. Remember, you can bet all of your points just like on Jeopardy. We have
See, you had to dangle it in front of me that this was Chauncey's scores, and now I want to swing for the fences. But I know it's gonna be Nintendo. No, it's gonna be a Nintendo game. We'll lose all my
You
points.
don't know that. You don't know that. No one knows that. Except for
Yes, we do.
except for me.
We do. It's gonna be a
Okay.
Nintendo game that 420 has played.
I rolled the dice. Okay, let me make that clear for the record. The dice was rolled on these things. Okay, so 2003 is the year.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So I will read the question. I will do a little bit of a Jeopardy monologue-ish thing where you guys write down your answers either on your phone, piece of paper, or whatever, and hold up as well as the amount of points you're betting, and we will see the final results. So, being on a more powerful Nintendo console, and by let me finish the question, Sasha. Being on a more powerful Nintendo console, and by no help of the infamous tech demo for the GameCube featuring Link fighting Ganondorf in a cutscene, many fans and reviewers didn't enjoy the more cartoony direction this title took. Even Shigeru Miyamoto himself reportedly didn't enjoy the art style. Despite the initial negativity, it ended up selling and reviewing well and becoming a classic in the Zelda franchise like many other titles in the series. That is the question.
I already got the answer for it.
So write stuff down, bet your points, and see how we do. So I would like to state for the record, I did roll for these. I'm sorry that it wasn't a Nintendo one, but you know, it happens. And of course, when we're done with this, we'll do the what do you call it? The rundown of all the games that could be picked, and go from there. So this week, I had an interesting thing for the listeners. I played and finished a game, and when I finished the game, it had a 35 timer at the end, 35-minute timer, as in you finish this game in 35 minutes. And I was like, holy cow, that is super short for an FPS game with a campaign and everything. And then I was like, you know what? It's good. It's good enough, because the one thing about FPS campaigns, they can drag on, and this one felt like a good bite-sized one. So we have Ace ready, we have Morg ready, and Is Sasha
Sure.
ready? Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Alrighty. So let's see him. I see Morg put his in pod chat. Okay. Oh no! Oh! Oh man, Sasha, your answer is perfect for the listeners. Bet Zero answers some stupid Zelda game with a heart and a peace sign. I love it. So
That's fantastic.
all points betted by both Ace and Morg, and with the correct answer of Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker.
Yay!
Oi, small fry. Sorry, that's a reference to the game. So that puts, unfortunately, but you didn't lose any. Ace at 16, with the highest total, tying with Chauncey. I think. No, yeah, no.
Didn't he have 20s? Wasn't he in the 20s?
No.
He was 28.
He would have doubled my score.
Yeah, he was in 28. So Ace, you've hit your highest score so far. So 16. Sasha stayed
Yay.
at 14, and Morg went up to 10. Everyone in the double digits tonight. Good job. Well done.
Personal
Also,
best.
didn't we have Wind Waker as a question previously? I feel like we did.
I felt like we did too. I cannot find it in my notes. I looked through.
Okay.
it.
Just blacklisted for future episodes.
Or just, all the Zelda games.
All those terrible Zelda games, right? So,
This is also the second time we've had, it might even be the third time that Zelda was the final Jeopardy question. You should just call it the Zelda Jeopardy question next time.
I rolled.
Hey.
I rolled. And I knew when I rolled it wasn't a good
chooses
one.
all, apparently.
But I was like, oh well, here that's what we have. Like, okay.
I also love the immediate unintentional point proving of launching on the NES or whatever it is, and I was like, God damn it, Fortuan.
More powerful Nintendo console was the wording. Yes.
Yeah, I was still
can't
like,
believe-
God.
I can't believe that I got the titles for the Final Fantasy game completely wrong. I should have guessed Final Fantasy VI, not Final Fantasy III. I was basing it off the American release.
Yeah.
I was like,
We
it should have been the
underhand
Japanese
threw
one
it
I
to
went
you.
for. I know.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good clue on like some of these I write them. I'm like, I'm not sure if that should be clue one, but it's general enough that I'm okay.
I had the game. I just gave the wrong title because it was.
Because if you
was
don't
the
know
right
that's Final
release,
Fantasy,
yeah.
you're like 6th and 3rd. What is that? Like, who
I
would-
knew which one it was. I just didn't know what title to give it.
right.
Kind of sucks. Oh
Okay, so Street Fighter was obtained on the second question. So the third clue was, despite looking wildly different, the player controlled Ryu with his American friend Ken to fight in the world tournament just like in the modern games. We got Sid Meier's all of its clues. Final Fantasy was got on the first clue. So the second clue is, while many fantasy oh no, we did that one. We did that one. We did all of them because the dire situation. Never mind. It should have gotten the first clue. That's what I was thinking. Doom, we had all clues. Mega Man 6, we had all clues. Okay. Final Fantasy 6 is the one that we got on the first clue. So second clue of Final Fantasy 6. Each game in the Square Enix series, usually has many characters and personalities to form their party, but with this title, there are 14 to choose from, and even more that weren't permanent members. Moogles, that's a lot. And the last clue was, this game was so successful and remembered that it's often in the running for the best game of all time and considered the watershed moment for turn-taking or Japanese RPGs. However, the next installment in the series, featuring the iconic Cloud Strife, is a strong contender for the same accolades.
Yeah.
Beautiful Joe was all 3 clues. SSX was got on clue 2. So clue 3 is the PlayStation 2 version of the game featured an online multiplayer which helped boost the sales and reviews almost as high as the original SSX game.
Okay, so that would have steered me away from Madden.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We got all the clues on Call of Duty. Mag, we got all the clues. First, so we didn't have the second or third clue for God of War. So while the 5th installment in the series, it's the 7th chronologically and the 3rd numbered title. It also marks the final entry in the Greek mythology era, with the Norse era ending later this year. And then the last clue is Kratos aims to finish the job and exact revenge on the gods once and for all, with Zeus, his own father, now in his sights.
Although it's weird.
Yeah.
Ragnarok isn't coming with any physical disc. Apparently. No matter what edition you buy.
Probably just a code.
Which is, yeah.
Yeah.
Going the Fallout 76 route.
It was very hard not to come up with obvious clues for Red Dead Redemption. There was everything points to this being it. So the second clue was, while in many ways the gameplay was unique, especially for a Western, it was still referred to as Grand Theft Horse by many. And then the third clue, the story follows the events of James Marsden turning against his own gang to hunt them down when forced by the local law enforcement, so that he can live peacefully with his wife and his terrible, whiny, useless son. Sorry, that last part is my addition for that. Gosh, I hate that one. So Bayonetta was gotten the first clue. Second clue, an overtly sexual and racy protagonist wasn't the norm for Nintendo, piling on more surprise. However, despite the themes, demons, angels, and guns, as well... okay. Despite all of those, as it was, it reviewed well and sold well enough for a Wii U title, but not better than the original. And then the third one is Witches and Hair Magic will return later this year in her third title on the Switch, still published by Nintendo, promising a much better success with the Switch being a far more popular console. We got Shovel Knight on the last clue. Yeah, so the first clue was Titanfall. Second clue, essentially a multiplayer-only title that was exclusive to Xbox. It only had one single-player mission, which served as a tutorial. Everything else was online, and the story played out on different maps, however, and it made it hard to follow the plot. And the last clue, the franchise isn't quite dead yet, but currently dormant, with one direct sequel only coming 2 years later, and the developers having been focusing on their Battle Arena title, Apex Legends. The Titans have not yet fallen, pilot. So, if you didn't get it by that third clue, I don't know what else to... I don't know how else to say it. So, 1987 of the 10 years, you guys will... I'll point out the ones that were rolled. So number 1 was Street Fighter, which we got. Number 2 was Metal Gear. Number 3 was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Number 4 was Maniac Mansion. Number 5 was the original Mega Man. Number 6 was Final Fantasy, which we had. Number 7 was Fantasy Star. And then number 8 was Sid Meier's Pirates, which we had. Number 9 was Contra. And then number 10 was The Legend of Zelda. For 1994, the first one was Doom 2, which we had. The second one was Mega Man X. Third one was Mega Man 6. Fourth one was Final Fantasy 6, so we've already hit all the ones that were picked. Number 5 was Killer Instinct. Number 6 was Tekken. Number 7 was Kingsfield. And if you guys aren't aware of Kingsfield, that is the From Software title that was the original Dark Souls, essentially. It was a first person. It was one of From Software's earliest games. Number 8, this one Morg's going to recognize, Heretic. That is a sword and sorcery Doom clone that Raven Software made, which Raven is now known for doing Call of Duty. But number 9 was Earthworm Jim, and then number 10 was the Elder Scrolls 1, Elder Scrolls Arena. 2003, number 1 was Zelda Wind Waker, which we had for the Jeopardy question. Number 2 was Knights of the Old Republic. Number 3 was Beautiful Joe, which we had. Number 4 was SSX3, which we had. Number 5 was Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. Number 6 was Beyond Good and Evil. Number 7 was Devil May Cry 2. Number 8 was Dino Crisis 3. Number 9 was Jack 2. And then number 10 was Call of Duty.
Oh, I wish Jack 2 made it onto that. Oh, I would have definitely gotten it.
2010. First one was Bayonetta. Second one was Mag. Third one was No More Heroes 2. Fourth one was Bioshock 2. Number 5 was Dante's Inferno. Number 6 was Transformers: The War for Cybertron. Number 7 was Battlefield Bad Company 2. Number 8 was God of War 3. Number 9 was Monster Hunter Tri. And number 10 was Red Dead Redemption. So this year right here proves that I roll. All right? Because I would have picked Dante's Inferno and Monster Hunter Tri.
But I feel like those would have been like dead giveaways if somebody landed on Monster Hunter Tri 100%.
Not if I got it. Absolutely not.
Yeah, Sasha would have no clue. The
minute you would have said medium heavy bowgun, I would have been like, oh, it's totally Tri. It's 100% Tri.
Yeah, no, I try to make it more general than the specific game things, because medium bowgun is just, it's just Tri. We as Monster Hunter fans know that. Sasha's like, I don't even know what a bowgun is. So, it's fine. It's just a crossbow that shoots bullets, Sasha. That's it. It makes no sense, but it's awesome.
How it works with the drawstring, I don't even know. I mean, like, in tiny little bullet. It'd be better to just have a gun.
So 2014 was Bayonetta 2. Number 2 was Shovel Knight, which we had both of those. Number 3 was Super Smash Bros. Wii U. Number 4 was Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. Number 5 was the Banner Saga. Number 6 was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Number 7 was Titanfall. Number 8 was Mario Kart 8. Number 9 was Shadows of Mordor. And number 10 was Sonic Boom: The Rise of Lyric.
Oh, Shadow of Mordor.
Jump, pause, jump, pause, jump, pause, jump, pause, jump, pause, jump, pause. Hey, I beat the game in an hour.
Yep, I had that infamous glitch. Oh, Knuckles. So a good quiz, Joe, I think. I think that went pretty well. Morg accidentally leaked a point, but that was it.
Didn't realize that there was still another person that had a chance to steal. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's safe to give it away, I guess. And then,
well, you just got to assume it's a hot mic.
Yep.
Coincidentally, when it's not his turn to start saying a question, we can hear him, and we.
Going, ooh, I know the answer to this. Yeah.
So, how do you guys feel about this one? I know Sasha might be not too happy that we had another Zelda final. I swear I rolled.
I mean, I'm fine. It's fine.
But that makes Ace our champion for now.
Yay! Although I do think we've had Wind Waker before.
I think so too, but I couldn't find it. I went through every single, because I keep every single quiz I do, and I couldn't find it. I'll look through again. It's not because I'm mostly skimming for the year, but if
Mhm.
I might have missed it because it might have been a Jeopardy question because I don't check the Jeopardy questions too hard. But
Mm.
we haven't been doing the Jeopardy questions that long either. Like so, well, in comparison, I guess.
Then it's now a double Jeopardy question.
Ooh, double Jeopardy would have been really awesome. Then we could like quadruple our points. Ooh, that's a great idea. I am glad you came up with that, Fortuan. Very, very smart, man.
What?
Yes, we should definitely include it. Double Jeopardy, quad points. Oh yeah.
You just want to bet it all. You just want to swing big.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's not like I would want to go from like, from 5 to 10 and then all of a sudden to 20 and then automatically just sweep the round. I would never do that.
So I here. So this was, gosh, is this has got to be the first week of August, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it feels weird because August
My
was
birth month.
Sunday, and like this is like the last possible day that we could have the like of the calendar that we could have the quiz show, I guess, on week one. So yeah, it is the first week. So September will be our next one. So look forward to dethroning Ace or Ace keeping his crown.
It's my
Guess
birth month.
we'll all see
Buy me
about
presents.
Final Jeopardy.
I require shiny things.
You acquire shiny things. So Sasha, you said you hadn't got to play a bunch this week, but I've got a few things to talk about playing, including my monologue one. Um, Ace, have you mostly just been doing Monster Hunter still?
I've been doing Monster Hunter and laying extensive amounts of track in Minecraft
Like a
on the
roller
Switch.
coaster?
No, just making carts to various mines and areas that I have.
Okay. I mean, I was playing with my daughters today, and I got killed by an Enderman, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know. It's changed a lot from when I first started playing it back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Because like now they have the illagers that can attack. I had my first raid today, but I've encountered them here and there.
Mm-hmm.
It always freaks me out because they have like the crossbows and stuff. And then initially when I first downloaded it on Switch, I was playing it on hard mode because I previously played it on hard, and just the amount of enemies that were spawning and the amount of health that they dealt damage they dealt to me, I was just like, oh god, I need to scale this back. Apparently, I've gotten old,
Um,
old in my Minecraft age.
yeah, we play on easy, the girls and I still die occasionally.
hmm Yeah, it's still happened to me a few times because sometimes I just get like swarmed.
Mm-hmm.
So far, I've been cautious enough to not get myself knocked into, blown into, or falling into lava and cooking myself alive, but I have died due to witches once or twice.
Mm.
So now I just bow the hell out of them.
Okay.
You should probably create like some sort of a fortress that has like some pressure plate lava traps, like the ones where you can get like floorboards that can actually like retract and go into the wall and stuff like that. I remember my brother did that, and he also built a castle out of a mountain, and then he just laid the whole place with a whole bunch of dynamite and like red powder lines everywhere so that when people went to go and get stuff out of his treasure chest, yeah, the entire castle was live. So yeah, he blew up like 7 or 8 players that decided, hey, let's go and raid his castle, and then he's like, nah, and then he oh, what was it he did? He also designed an iron cage in the spawning point where everybody would be, and then he would just shoot people over and over again with fire arrows. And then, yeah, until they decided to leave after, they'd constantly be respawning in the same area, and then he'd just kill them over and over again. Because,
That sounds super mean.
yeah, it's a great way to get rid of trolls, for sure.
I mean, way back in the day, I made a mob item farmer where you just make a big like square box, then you dig holes through a couple different layers, and then the whole bottom layer is water that pushes into like a 3 deep sweeper, so they just drown in the water, and then all their items just come flowing to you. It's like
Yeah.
Oh,
incredibly morbid way to
I've
make the
heard
game
of said
easy.
traps. So before.
Oh my god, that's
before
factory
my,
farming at its finest.
Before my
Mhm.
divorce, when I was working at Honda. I had a coworker who he was an older gentleman, probably in his 60s, maybe 70s, who played Minecraft
Mhm.
and he built worlds for his grandson. And he would tell me
Mhm.
all about these mob farmers and stuff and how he had set up these elaborate like roller coasters that go like into the nether and back out so he could teleport like all across the world and stuff. Like this guy was like a Minecraft pro and I had never touched the game, and I was just like he would just sit there and tell me all these stories and I'm like I don't even understand. Like I
Oh yeah, uh, it's also changed a lot since I played it, because now the Nether is like I've not even really explored very much of it, because now there's like these warthogs and like
mm-hmm.
pig villagers,
Yeah.
not just the
Pigmen,
zombie pigs that
yeah.
attack you if you attack them, and like they just keep spawning all around me like nonstop, to the point where I like can't adventure. Mainly right now because where my one and only Nether portal so far is, uh, it's like right above several lava fields, and I'm like, I can't take very many chances here, or I will die. But I have gotten swarmed and almost died because of them, so I haven't gone to the Nether very much.
Got ya. I mean, I don't play that much. It's all just me trying to keep the girls alive and build stuff for them. That's all I
Hmm.
do. I've gotten really good at getting a axe real fast so I can cut a lot of wood and build a house. That's all I do. Like
Hmm.
I've gotten to some crazy house designs a couple times. Emery does crazy stuff. She can make functional chairs where you actually sit in them and stuff, and toilets. She makes functional toilets.
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay.
I
I
don't
don't
even know how you
know.
do that.
You can't do anything. You just sit down on it, but it looks like a toilet essentially. She puts like water in it. Something about I don't even know how she does it. Honestly, I can't explain it. It has to do with something like a wooden grate and a cauldron and something, and like I don't know. She's a Minecraft pro compared to me, and she's 5. Like I don't.
Nice.
um. So for more, you said you got to play a little Monster Hunter, but you're probably busy with work and stuff.
Yeah, but mostly busy with work. Gotta get my bow refitted. It's a sports bow, so yeah, I'm gonna end up going up to Sylvan Lake to be able to shoot a couple of rounds with the future in-laws, and then immediately on after that Saturday's done, I get to head all the way to Canmore on Sunday in order to be able to watch the Highland Games. Ooh, get to watch a whole bunch of burly men in plaid skirts throwing telephone poles. Getting to drink hard liquor and enjoying delicacies that involve making giant sausage out of the lining of a sheep's stomach. Oh yeah,
That's
that's where it's at, man.
that's October for our company. So one of our biggest so the family company, one of our biggest like industries is the lumber industry, and we go to the Paul Bunyan show every year, and so we see the log tosses, the log rolling. Like we go to we have a booth at the Paul Bunyan show. The log races where they race up a log. They stand up a log and they climb up of it real quick and climb up another log. It's just crazy stuff. So we get to see all the
That is so awesome.
lumber games, and it's all so they can sell their lumber product and stuff and things to cut lumber. It's all just a big trade show that has a lot of crazy games.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been there in a while because the last time Cece tried to run out in the parking lot and run away. I don't remember her reasoning. I don't remember what was up. All I remember is I had to carry Emery while chasing after her. So hashtag single dad life. It's so fun.
You could get like little holsters, and then you clip a little leash onto the back of them, and then you clip that leash onto your belt or something like that, and then you can let the kids run around. But then they've got the limits of like where the leash can take them, and then then they got a nice little vest on or whatever that keeps them held in place. It works. It totally could work. I mean, hey, if it works with dog walkers, it can work with kids.
Problem is kids can, they have thumbs, so they can just take it off.
Yep.
You'd have to put it
They're too old
somewhere
for
in
that
like
now.
the middle of the back, so then that way they can't reach it. It would have to be between shoulder blades.
They would
know, it's-
100% help each other do it. They would 100%.
I don't know. It's my opinion that if you put your kid on a leash, you've given up as a parent, and you should never give up as a parent.
Oh, next plan. You have to duct tape oven mitts onto their hands. It's a perfect plan. Yes. That way they can't also, get a little handsy, grab things that they shouldn't, Totally work. And it's child safe.
Sure.
I mean, you could say the same about just putting them in one of those inflatable bubbles and having them be in that the whole time.
Or just stay home.
It's a little excessive, but I know it works.
Well, I don't know. We'll see when they're older about going. It's been a couple years, like maybe 3 years since we went. So
Yeah, I remember way back in the day we went to something like that, and then they had like a kids version of like a sword fighting competition where they had like those foam pirate swords. I think I made it into like final 8 or final 4, and then I lost, and I was like really disappointed. And then like retrospectively looking at that now, I'm like, those are cheap ass foam swords. I could get like 1,000 of them, or I could just buy real swords because they have weeb shops in the malls.
don't buy the Weeb Shop swords. They're what they call show swords. I'm serious. They don't the steel does not go all the way into the handle. So if you do anything with it, it will snap. It's just for show.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would assume as much. Well, funny story. When I was first getting into cosplay and putting together my Deadpool cosplay,
Mhm.
I got like a set of actual like swords, and then I specifically went and dulled down the blades. And my stepdad at the time tried to grill me for it. He didn't even like look at them.
Mm-hmm.
He questioned me about them, and he was angry about me buying swords with my own money on my own like card and stuff. And I was like, they're prop swords. And he's like, they're props? I was like, yeah. And he didn't even look at them. And I'm like, so I guess you really don't care then. Why are you getting mad at me spending my money how I want to?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to run around the neighborhood with them and like attack people.
My family was never really that restrictive on a lot of stuff. I mean, for one of my birthdays, I got a tomahawk from my uncle that he made out of a rail spike. So he was a blacksmith, so he did that kind of stuff. It was just like, oh, happy birthday! Here's a tomahawk. I'm like, awesome. That's I guess we'll go. You know, I never got to throw it, but we used to throw tomahawks at a stump kind of
Mhm.
stump thing. It wasn't literally a stump. It was like, think of it like on an easel. You put like a cylinder of wood on an easel, and that's your target, and you throw it at there and try to stick it. I don't know how
Yeah.
these axe throwing room things work these days. I don't know how they do that, but we did that as a like that was a game. We were in the tribe. We were just
I
throw
want
tomahawks
I
at
want to go
stumps.
to one of those because several months ago we went to Dave and Buster's and they had like the PG version of that where it's like a weighted plastic wedge
Hmm.
tomahawk and like pretty much only like a fourth of the time or like a third of the time because you get like 3 or 4 throws could I ever get it to stick in. And one time I got it to stick in backwards, so like the broad wedge between the like weird like needle pegs that they have on the board that you're supposed to get. And I'm like, this is bullshit. I want I want a real wood board and real tomahawks and or axes.
They can be
This is making me
dangerous. I mean,
mad.
people take off
Oh,
their
they,
ears. You got to
oh,
know.
there's clips I've seen of people like doing the double hand and then like ducking and just barely missing it and then just laughing it off and I'm like that would have been an ER trip. You shouldn't be laughing.
That could kill you.
Maybe they should stick with cornhole. Maybe.
Those things were meant to kill. Like they were killing
Yeah.
weapons. So like that like yeah, that could kill you. That may not be, that might be a morgue trip. Or mortuary to respect morgue in the chat.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So I want to talk. So I in the monologue I talked about. It's called Bright Infinite Memory. Was this game I got? It's on the Switch.
Mhm.
It was really cool, futuristic, kind of ideal. You got like some force power things. You got a grappling hook. They call it EMP powers. You basically electric pulled people to you and pushed people away, and that kind of stuff. But it's like you think about it, and your normal game has like tutorial level, first boss. Like I'm comparing it to something like Sifu, which was a shorter game. Then like level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, right? This had tutorial level first boss, second boss, final boss. And there was and the first boss is the final boss. It's just a harder version of him, and he has a second phase.
All right.
So it was enjoyable, but I was just very shocked when I finished it this morning, and it was like, your playtime, 35 minutes. And I was like, come again? 35 minutes. What? I finished this in 35. But I will say, despite it being so short, I think that game could very easily overstay its welcome because you get like upgrades and stuff, and I had I had almost maxed out everything I wanted to already.
Mhm.
And I was like, this feels like the end of the game, but it's very short. Oh, it's the end of the game. Okay. Like I knew it when I got to the final boss. But it looks very cool. The graphics aren't that great. I would say there are many Switch games that look a lot better. But it's got a cool art style. And you get to be this awesome girl protagonist that isn't very sexualized like Bayonetta. She's just
Yeah.
awesome.
Hey.
Mhm.
And it was just a fun game. And I don't like it was so short, there's not much to say about it. You shot things and you had sword fights. And it was actually kind of cool. You had a counter system with the sword. So like you could even counter bullets. So a lot of times someone would shoot at you and you just hold up the sword and it goes ping and hits them and they die. And I'm like, yeah.
Nice.
But I will say I also restarted now. Morg, you might be familiar with this one. Baldur's Gate Dark
Mhm.
Alliance recently went on sale on Switch. Not
Really?
not like for a discount, just it recently came to the Switch. It and Dark Alliance 2.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
old school, like I think this is Obsidian who did these, I think. I'll have to look this up. But these are old school D&D games, very much like in the vein of BioWare cutting their teeth on like Neverwinter Nights.
Mm-hmm.
Boulder's Gate, Dark Alliance. Anyways, I was playing it, got a little far into it. I forgot you can't have multiple saves, so my daughter wanted to play, so we started new characters, and I immediately overrode my save. Immediately. Lost all progress. Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
So I had to start that over again today. But for the most part, I have been playing Power Washing Simulator. And
Yeah.
let me tell you, I have never experienced a more cathartic game. And Sasha, I would actually maybe suggest this to you because it really hits that completionist itch. Because it gives you this.
I've been teasing my husband about it. That one and the Lawn Simulator.
Yeah.
They're both on Game Pass. Yep.
So it does this thing where you have to clean everything and it gives you how much percentage you're clean and stuff. And when you clean like a piece of something, it flashes white and it goes ding. Like it just, that's clean. It's done. You can move on. And you get this little checklist of every part you got to clean. So if you're cleaning like a motorcycle, it's like side view mirror, mud guard, wheel, spoke, piston, like you just, you have to clean everything. And you get different soaps for different materials, and you get like different levels of power washers and different nozzles and stuff. And it's just like, why is this so fun and amazing and such a just basic idea? It's kind of like, and I like my brother makes fun of me because I'm not the most clean person. I'm a bit messy, and he's like, I don't get why you want to play video games about cleaning and you are not very clean. Now he exaggerates it being my brother, but he just, I don't know. He's just like baffled by the fact that I enjoy these games. But I will say, as you guys know, I've had a pretty stressful couple weeks. So it's just nice just to hear the water go and me for be listening to one of my audiobooks and just like spray something down. That's all I'm doing. I don't need to think about what I'm doing. I don't need to strategize. I'm just like, oh, there's some more dirt. Got to spray up in there. Like, that's it. Like, I found it because of Game Grumps. I watched their playthrough of it, which was pretty funny. I mean, they're comedians. So, like, I watched a couple episodes of what they were doing with it. It's like, you know what? I'm going to try this out. And I tried it out and I really like it. Like I just really, I'm not kidding. This may end up being on my Game of the Year slot this year. Like,
Nice.
Whoa, that's a big claim. I mean, it is a good game, but
not number one, Morg. Certainly not number one, but it might be in the list of 5. So.
Okay. Yeah, that can be justified.
We'll see. It's been a pretty competitive year for games. And there's still a couple coming out. Like, I am going to be playing Bayonetta 3. I do enjoy spectacle fighters. I suck at them, but I do enjoy beating things up and getting an A once in a while.
Have you played Stray yet?
No, I'm waiting for the physical release of Stray. So... and that's like September or October. So there's that. I've already finished Monster Hunter. That's why I'm playing other things right now. I said I was pretty close last episode. It was literally 2 days later I finished Sunbreak. 100%. All crowns, all guild card awards. Done it all. So.
Oh, wow. I've only just gotten to facing Malzeno right now, so yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Crowning Malzeno was not really a problem. I think the last problem I had crowning was Shagaru Magala. He was the last one that I had to crown, and it's just there wasn't. You get to him and Furious Rajang, and there's not many quests to cycle, but they're still difficult monsters. So actually, Shagaru was very hard to crown because not once did I find him in the map, the exploration, which is part like the where they do the random monsters on the different maps.
Oh, yep. The expedition, yep.
The expeditions, are right. So an expedition is actually part of the cycle you have to do. And since it's random whether the monster will appear there or not, Shagaru is a pain in the butt. And I never got him to appear because he appears in one map that is very populated, the Citadel. The Citadel has a lot of monsters. Yep. So if he doesn't show up, I just do another quest. And if it happens to be the one that is supposed to have the small one, then I'm kind of boned. I just got to keep doing quests till he shows up there. And in fact, he never showed up there. I got the small one on a different quest. So, oh well. So, Sasha, you said you mostly watched movies. Was there anything in particular you really liked?
Well, I watched Free Guy, which was really enjoyable.
Saw that one in theaters. It was really good.
I don't know why I waited so long to watch it, but I really liked it. I liked it a lot more than Ready Player One.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
I watched Prey last night, which
I do want to watch this. I don't know how I'm going to because I don't have Hulu, but
it was, I really loved it. I'm also, a super vanilla white person, so I don't know if it's culturally sensitive or not. I can tell you that a tomahawk is pretty prominently featured. Tomahawk on a string.
Nice.
And the dog in the movie looks just like my dog, so I was just like super excited the whole time.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
My
that was fun. I really liked that movie. And I watched At the World's End.
Yeah.
The third of the Cornetto series. So that I also don't know why I waited so long to watch that because I love Hot Fuzz and I love Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yeah. I recently rewatched Hot Fuzz and I was dying laughing. Like I still crack up. And I don't know why, but he jumps over the fence and kicks that old lady in the face. It's just every time gets me. I can't explain it.
I think that I would probably rate for myself. I think I would put At World's End just above Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead above both of them.
I think Hot Fuzz is my number one. And then Shaun of the Dead and then At World's End. But that's okay. Because At World's End, he's super, super depressing. Like, his character is so down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is.
Now, it ends up kind of paying off, but, like, for the comedy eventually. But, like, in the moment, it's just like, oh my gosh, come on. Of course, being a divorcee myself, I don't like to relive those memories.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of going through a breakup. If I remember, it is a divorce, isn't it?
No, I think he's... I got the impression he had a heroin addiction. And because he had the hospital wristband, he wouldn't show his scars when they were trying to prove that they were human in their little thing flashback. He wouldn't show his arms.
Okay.
So I thought he was trying to hide his track marks.
I didn't think about that. Of course, I don't deal with that in the same way that you do sometimes. So, yeah.
So,
I don't think any of us are heroin addicts or
no.
previous
I wasn't
heroin addicts. I hope not.
No, I work in mental health. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah. So she might come across that. It was my thought.
No, not quite, but I do kind of look for like the little signs and
Yeah.
things. Oh, I
No,
don't
I
know. I
wasn't
liked it.
saying I wasn't saying that Sasha was addicted at all. No. That's cool. Yeah, I haven't really watched anything. Now I'm still listening to Dungeon Crawler Car. I am now on the third book. I cannot put this guy down. It's so hilarious. Um, yeah, I already explained it. Aliens take over. He's in a video game. Um, it's become a little more clear that the system AI has a personality and a sentience in a way. I didn't think it did, because I thought it was a joke. But the system AI is absolutely 100% has a foot fetish and likes Carl's feet. So every once in a while, he will get something, and then the system AI gets a very creepy, very like Intuit voice when describing whatever happens to Carl's feet. Like, it is
Oh
hilarious.
no.
It is so funny. Um there so their baby velociraptor named Mongo turned into a full-size velociraptor. So that it's like literally a dude who wears magical boxers and has super shiny feet because he has like a pedicure kit that gives him a buff. He's got like a shirt and boxers. They had to fight the Manotaur in this book, and the Manotaur, it's like a centaur, right? Except it's a man, a super naked loinclothed buff man with a super thick neck that is the torso of another super thick man with arms and a head, and it's the Minotaur, and it runs on the human bat, like the first set of human arms and legs, like a. It's just so funny how they were describing it, and it was the train engineer. It was driving a train in this scenario and it had like a little like blue and white stripy hat on the top head.
Okay. I'm gonna have to Google this Manotaur. Oh no.
I
How
don't
bad is this gonna be?
I don't think they have, because it's a book. Like, I don't know if they have illustrations of it. They might. Um,
Oh wait, no. Oh,
I
it's
feel
in
like you
Gravity
just saw
Falls.
something you don't want to see.
Okay.
yeah.
It's not that bad.
I was gonna say that just reminds me of the joke of a creature that's half centaur, half horse.
But the wrong half.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like I've seen, well, Family Guy did the joke of the reverse mermaid where it was like this giant fish head with human
Yeah.
legs. Like, those are always amusing to
I don't
me.
think
And then it tries to get with
I don't
Lois,
think it
and
would
then
be
she
able to
just knocks
swim
him
efficiently enough
over, and
to.
it just flops on the ground.
Yeah. What, Morg?
Oh, I was gonna say that I don't think that a reverse mermaid would, be able to swim fast enough for it to be able to pass water through its gills. It probably,
I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous.
anatomically speaking, I don't think that that's quite sound, sir.
It's quite ridiculous. Oh, so another thing is they had this lady join their party who gets a buff to her stats based on how fast she's going, and they figured out it's not, the speed isn't relative, right? It's just speed. So when she's on the trains, she is super powered. So she has like
Nice.
near infinite stats because they're going so fast on a train. It's just, it's really cool how they said it. Like, a lot of the book is sort of describing the game and its mechanics, and I have never wanted to play a fictional video game more than this. Like, it is so it is such an in-depth D&D game. I just love it. Like, literally hundreds of thousands of skills and build options and all the sorts of stuff. Like, yeah, that's why, get into D&D is I like to have these crazy ideas, which, by the way, playing D&D, I don't think you guys, I don't, have I told you about the character that I'm playing that is literally the Diggy Diggy Hole dwarf from the Windrose song called I'm a Dwarf and I'm Digging a Hole?
So, are you playing as a bard
No,
or?
I'm a dwarven fighter his name is Bajak Silverspade, and we had this thing, we had like this giant wall of bramble, and we were supposed to figure out how to get through it, and I was like, can we dig under it? And the DM was like, sure. And I was like, okay, this is my thing. And I started singing the song. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole.
Diggy, diggy
Digging a
hole.
hole. And he was
Oh
just
my
like,
God,
he was
yes.
like, wait, you based your character off of that song? And I was like, 100% yes. This is the moment I've been waiting for in this campaign, is for me to be able to dig a hole.
Nice.
So stuff like that. But I've had a lot of time just power washing and listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's just that's been most of it. But super exciting for us Monster Hunter people. We get our DLC update. A big show of what it is Tuesday. So potentially Tuesday night for us, or maybe Wednesday. Getting the update, because that seems to be what happens when they do these things. So, fingers crossed, at least 5 monsters, please.
Mm-hmm.
We know 2.
Well, it seems like the thing. Yeah, we know the 2. It seems like the thing that they're alluding to, though, is that we're gonna get more of the afflicted monsters.
Sure.
Because Tetranodon, I think, is one.
Sure. They aren't counted separately, so I wouldn't call them new monsters. They say several new monsters. They don't appear new.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope new monsters. I hope new. We are certainly getting more afflicted monsters. That is happening. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Those count as new monsters, though. I'm going to be kind of disappointed because they aren't.
Mm-hmm.
They are not.
I'd like to see some more subspecies. Like, imagine if we had like obsidian Gosharog, so like another fire subspecies. Woo!
That's been Ace's idea for a long time. Literally, obsidian Gosharog. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't know. I want to see.
Still got my money on Molten Tigrex. We're probably going to get Metal Wraths for sure. No doubt about it. We always get the Metal Wraths. What is a Monster Hunter game without Gold and Silver Wrath? I just don't know what it is.
3 Ultimate.
Oh. No, wait. No, I thought we had Gold and Silver Wrath in 3 Ultimate.
I don't know. Did we, Ace? You'd be the best to know right now.
I think we do.
Because I remember somebody did a lance run where they just ran into the corner, and then they just guarded infinitely, and then they just let the Gold and Silver Wrath just, while they were trying to attack
I'll look it up.
the playing character, they would deal damage to each other.
I'm looking it up now. Oh yeah, no, that is Golden. Yeah, they are in 3 Ultimate. You're right. It's been a long time.
I think every expansion we've had Silver and Gold Wrath.
So far. Except for this one. So far.
Yep. We're definitely going to get them.
Speaking about
It wouldn't be
Monster
a Monster
Hunter
Hunter game without them.
and including Sasha, so we had an idea. So I was doing this with my friends you've met a couple of them, Trevor, that we've been playing with, and occasionally Bobby, that we've been playing with on Monster Hunter. A couple of my friends in that same group don't really play Monster Hunter or are not familiar with it. So we decided to, and they were they were excited to sort of learn about it. So we came up with this game where I have this list. I have this like giant list of monsters. Literally everyone I know about directly can say information about it. In this like file on my computer, and one by one I'm sending a picture of it to them that don't know what it is, no explanation, and I basically get so we basically it's like a game where the person who doesn't know anything is describing it and what it could potentially do, and the people who know what it is are trying to guess the monster.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So we could do that with Sasha, where I send her a picture and you two try to guess what the monster is.
Yeah, we need to do that.
So I'm thinking that's what we're gonna do for the next Monster Hunter week. I don't know. We could try to do them all, but it is long. There is a lot of monsters. There is.
Yeah, that would be like a 3 or 4 hour episode, probably.
So I'm thinking about
What is it? I was like
splitting it up. Like
400. Yeah.
I don't.
I'm trying to remember how
I
many
have to
monsters
do
there
some-
are.
I had to do some quick.
I think there's like over 800, including the small monsters.
We're only doing large monsters.
Okay. It won't be half as bad.
Let me do some quick math. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm going to pull up the calculator because this is how many monsters I have already in this, and stream is going to see this for a brief second. All right. So 200 monsters exactly of what I have in this list.
How many?
200.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. That's not too many.
But I'm pretty sure it's an exhaustive list of everything I've fought, and or if not know about quite well. So we could do that. Sasha seems to be on board. Again, I doubt we're going to get through all of it in one sitting. I don't think we want to.
No, I don't think 200 sounds like a one night kind of thing.
No, I don't.
Depends on how good of guessers you guys are, I guess.
But it is kind of fun.
Maybe we'll...
It is kind of fun. So we figured out with our two friends doing it, who don't know it, the way that they describe them, and then I end up showing the picture to the people once they get it or don't get it or whatever. And we can make it a little more interesting and make it a competition between you two, and you guys trade off. For us,
Ooh, that's a great idea.
See who knows who's the better monster guesser. This is more my wheelhouse of just like of the game is the monsters. But I have the list. I already know what some of them are in what order. So yeah. So what I basically did is I went through every monster that I could think of. Like just went to large monsters, just the category on the Monster Hunter Wikia, and just grabbed everything that I am versed enough in. So basically just skipped frontier monsters, and yeah, went from there.
I mean, if we did competitive, I think I'd definitely have to sit out since I've got my own Monsterpedia.
Between you and Morg,
Just don't cheat.
all she's doing is describe. You'll see it's fun because she has to describe it, and she has no idea what she's talking about when she's describing it, other than it looks like a chicken or something like that. Like
that's all we need, you know. Just keep it extremely vague and get out of here.
You should send her
bugs.
one now. Pick a random one. Let's do this now. Let's do one now.
Practice.
Ooh,
round.
yeah. Let's try one out. Let's just do one.
okay,
See if it will work.
I think I can do that. Okay. There we go. And so what I do is I just send this to your DM.
Okay.
And one thing I do give people is that this, because she doesn't know, this is a variant.
All right. This looks like it looks like it has scales and feathers, and it can fly. It's silver. It's got a pronged tail.
Silverwind Nargacuga.
And it's got tusks.
Right.
It's got like, I don't know if it can fly. It just kind of looks like it has wings and like really angry elbows.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, because when you get someone who doesn't know what they're looking at, it comes with some very interesting descriptors, and I love it. It is very entertaining
Scales
to me.
and feathers. It's got wings, or at least angry elbows.
I don't know. It's
You're
like I'm
waiting.
looking at it, and my first impression is that it's a saber-toothed tiger face and like a dragon kind of
Barioth.
body.
Okay, keep in
and-
mind
gotta
this
be
is a
Barioth.
variant.
Oh wait.
Oh, is this the
Frostfang
Frost Cloak?
Barioth.
Yeah.
Frostfang Barioth.
Yes,
it is totally Frostfang
It is Frostfang Barioth.
Okay,
She
so I
said
can get you
that
guys there.
explains
silver at
it,
first,
because
so
of
that
the-
threw me off.
The hair, yes. Okay, now I get why you said it had angry elbows. Is because it's got those crazy
Yeah.
spikes coming out of the side. Yep.
So
Oh my god.
what I'll end up doing is I'll just pull this onto the stream so people can see. And then that was the picture that was used. And then, actually, I could do. How did I do that?
Another.
Oh god. We could do another one. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, let me find one way different down the list. This is a base monster.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This looks like the thing that probably killed Robert Baratheon in Game of Thrones.
Boulder.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like a.
It's Boulder.
There it is.
Yeah, it's just a giant pig.
There you go.
Yep. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. So we could do that for Monster Hunter Week, at least a couple times. But that does have a finite ending because we will run out of monsters
Eventually run out, yeah.
before.
I don't know why, but all of a sudden I was just thinking, oh, what would it be like if Pumbaa had, like, you know, an alcoholic father? Oh, bull drum, right there. There you go. It's like, give me another beer. And he's just got, like, the one big tusk that he uses to crack the can open. Just, the one side. Yes.
Yeah.
100%. I totally see it now.
So I just went to the Monster Hunter Wikia and just went to each Monster Hunter page, pulled up the exact picture that it uses to describe the monster. Didn't look for any other pictures, just the one they use. And saved it and gave it a random number through a random number generator and saved that file name as a random number. And that's how I came up with the list. And
All right.
took me about a good 2 hours to do. But it's been worth it so far. We got through the first 4 rows, which there's 15 per row. So it was pretty good.
I enjoy it. Yeah, we definitely should be doing this.
I'll have to remember to skip those, but yeah. And it'll be a little bit, it'll probably go a little quicker for you two because, my friends Bobby and Trevor, Bobby only ever played World, Iceborne, and Rise, and now Sunbreak.
Mhm.
And Trevor has only played Rise and Sunbreak. So we get to some of these monsters, and it's just like they have no way of telling.
Right.
For instance, they wouldn't have got Boulder like you guys. But Chauncey's on the chat for most of it. He bowed out a little early last night when we did this, and he was able to get a lot more than them because he's just more experienced. So we don't have it a competition between them because you guys are probably going to be on a more equal footing. So we can have, this is Morg's guess, this is Ace's guess, and Morg's guess, this is Ace's guess,
Yeah, we'll have to like write this down, and we'll have to make it kind of like the Jeopardy round or whatever, and then we'll just have to like kind of give our guesses at the end.
Yep. So there you go. Having fun with different game shows now. I enjoy doing games. It's fun. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do instead of having Sasha bow out this month. So, but next week we're going to do new stuff. Of course, we're probably going to talk about the Monster Hunter event. There's some other new stuff coming out. Just today, I'm going to do some more research on it, but there was some serious flack thrown by Microsoft to Blizzard this week. So
Ooh.
stay tuned for that. Not in the sense of what we've been talking about with them. It's not due to the allegations or anything. Basically saying your titles aren't worth anything, which makes me wonder why.
Wait. Microsoft said that about Blizzard?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know.
That's
that makes
a funny thing to say.
That was
from Microsoft.
that was the headline, and I was like,
Also,
why did
I
you
feel
buy
like
them?
Blizzard has some of the
Excuse
most
me,
recognizable
Microsoft.
titles in the world.
I know, right?
Microsoft, the company that has more abandonware than like any other company that I'm aware of.
Yeah, this is like when Kmart bought Sears. I'm like, what? How did this happen? What? How?
Microsoft says Blizzard is a fugly skank bitch. Do not trust her.
Now that's a killer headline right there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so like I'm going to look into that news story. Of course I might be a little, I don't know. We'll see my mood next Saturday because my court date is Friday. So we'll see. This week is going to be some preparation for that, which I will say, because I don't like getting too much into personal stuff on the stream, but I will say this. I don't know how I can lose because they're not going to be there. It's just going to be me and my representation because they're going on a vacation instead of going to this. Yeah. Ace, your face right now is everyone's face who knows what's going on right now. Everyone is like, how does this work? What is happening?
Just does, I guess, it's just one of those things, where, it's easy, I guess. It's just that easy.
I hope so. I really hope so. Because it's serious enough that I'm worried enough that I got my own lawyer. But again, audience, it's not anything super serious. I'm not going to jail. It's just child support stuff. I'm just trying to pay less child support. Because I make less money.
I'm trying to make sense of it, and I think I'm on the verge of an aneurysm.
Yeah. You're sounding like all of my friends and my brother and my family right now, including the lawyer I talked to, was like, what now? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, this is what's happening.
So...
Makes sense.
The look on your face is just
so let
priceless.
She wants A.
Mm-hmm.
But to get to A, she needs to go to point B.
Mm-hmm.
And then get to point C, which is the end of it.
But she's at destination D.
But instead of going to to B. We went to A2,
Sure.
and then we're
Going to D.
good
Yeah.
going to D/C.
I don't know.
One.
I don't know.
How
We'll call it the AC/DC approach, where
Was-
she's just kind of all over the place with this.
was this
Or as the British
advised
would call
by her counsel?
I don't know if she
I-
has
I-
counsel or not. I do not know.
Probably not.
Ace, your face.
Well, he knows what I've been
Too
through with
much to
this.
compute.
And then
Too much to compute.
Blood just starts trickling out my nose.
cuz
Oh, he's gone.
yeah,
Now your ears, it's like this requires too much brain power to completely
Right.
process this. This is so silly.
I don't know what to think about it cuz okay, she could be lying to me, right? And trying to throw me off guard and be like, "Oh, I was here the whole time." And I'd be like, "Okay, cool, whatever." But
Very clever.
I don't know. I don't even have the kids next weekend cuz they're going to be on this trip.
Just like rips off a trench coat and she's like on her lawyer's shoulders. Ah,
You know, that was legitimately a plan that someone tried to pull in D&D last night. It was like, we could totally get on each other's shoulders and put on a trench coat and pretend that we're supposed to be in this room. And it basically, I'm playing a wizard, and this person, I don't remember, they're an alchemist or something. And they were like, we need to get in this room, and it's guarded by this big burly guard that is very well armored, and we're very afraid of getting through him because, well, we're not like level 1, we're level 5. I was like, I've already been in there. She's like, how did you do that? I turned into a cockroach and I went under the door and then I went in there. And she was like,
she turned me into a newt.
yeah.
I got better.
I got better. Yeah. The whole trench coat idea, it could work if you had a leg to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pun in there, 'cause,
Yeah.
a leg to stand on.
But it's just easier for
Trench
me to
coat.
turn into a cockroach again and just open the door from the behind. Like it's just it's very easy. It's a wizard spell called Pest Form. You can just turn into a bug. Ta-da!
I'll let that pun stew over a little bit. Leg to stand on. The whole,
Although there is a
person on person trench coat.
Yeah.
It's it's quite funny, isn't it?
there is a big drawback to turning into a cockroach. Other than that everyone hates you, it gives you weakness 5 to physical damage. So if someone hits you, you're just taking extra damage. So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So Ace looks very flabbergasted still.
I'm just in standby mode now.
You broken.
Look,
Have we hit blue screen yet?
this is my life right now in this aspect. This is why I
we've
play.
either
This is why I play Power Washing Simulator and listen to an audiobook about a guy in a dungeon in a fake video game that makes me laugh because I don't want to think about this stuff right now.
like either we've gone from playing chess to like playing 4D chess, or like we're playing checkers with like 4 pieces on like a 4x4 board or something like that. I don't understand.
Oh, Connect 4, yes.
Yeah.
Or we're just playing tic-tac-toe now. I don't.
Yeah, I went from chess to tic-tac-toe. Yeah.
Wait till it gets to a game of jacks.
Yeah. So, is there anything else we want to add to the tonight? I'm sure Ace is just out of commission right now.
I'm gonna be learning banjo real soon. Woo!
That's cool. My
And
uncle.
I can't wait. I was gonna say that I can't wait to get pickups for it, so that way I can make it an electric banjo. Woo! and then I can learn Monster Hunter themes, and then I can make real Monster Hunter metal on a bluegrass instrument.
Okay. You know, you and I still have that cover of I Don't Like Your Girlfriend, but in Monster Hunter style, I Don't Like Your Armor.
Yes.
We still have to do that.
We still need to do it. Yep. Yep.
I've
we're
had
gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I promise.
I've had the words written down. It needs to be updated because it was like Freedom Unite days that I wrote that. But yeah. I like making parody songs and never do anything with them. I just write down the lyrics. It's fun. And they're usually Monster Hunter themed because I'm a dork. So alrighty.
We're gonna have to reference things like augments and deco slot economy and stuff like that.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for joining. We're gonna end it here tonight. A little shorter than usual, but quiz shows, we tend to end pretty quickly on the quiz stuff, especially when you guys fly through them like that. It was kind of impressive. I'm very, very impressed by the amount of points you guys got tonight. So we'll see if Ace can hold up his title next month, and I will.
If I recover from this traumatic brain injury.
Right. Yeah. I may have hamstringed him a month prior to the
use
episode.
psychological warfare. I'm gonna have to handicap you guys with psychological warfare. For example, cookies are called cookies and bacon is called bacon. Why is that when you cook bacon and you bake cookies? Think about that one for a minute.
No, we bake bacon.
You
That's
fry
what we
it.
did today. Put it on a baking sheet, pop it in the oven. Then you got a mason jar. Put the grease in there. Save the
I
grease.
think you reversed
Then you
Morg.
can use that for tamales.
I think you fried Morg's brain.
Touche.
You turned it back on him.
No,
You just
he got
rebooted
me.
Ace's
He got me.
system.
You just rebooted him. That's awesome.
Yay!
So if you guys want to,
Objection!
if you guys want to follow the episode, you can follow us at Hunters Hub Pod on Twitter without the objection.
As a late objecting to Morgs.
Yeah, I get it. You could catch up with episode stuff. You'll see when we're going live for Twitch, which is also Hunters Hub Pod on Twitch. I keep messing it up when I put it on the Discord. It goes to this other podcast every time, and then I fix it because I keep forgetting the pod at the end. Because we've been Hunters Hub for a long time, and then I keep remembering to put pod afterwards. But anyways, so yeah, look forward to that. We have a Bickering Bucks episode somewhere coming. I think it's been delayed again until next month. We haven't had one in like 3 months, but everyone's been too busy. Not me mostly, but my friend who now obtained 6 more people under him in his job, and he's been trying to keep his head above water. And then my other friend who started college again in this time, so they got real busy. So we haven't been able to get together even to play games but once in this last 3 months. And somehow he's supposed to come visit pretty soon. So I don't know how that's going to work either. But hey, we'll get there. If you want to follow Ace at Ace Badger Gaming on Twitter, I'm sure more Monster Hunter stuff. I haven't been on Twitter too much, so I haven't seen what you've been doing, Ace. But I did see some weird political thing, and you made some sarcastic remark, which is not unusual for you.
Oh, it's around the Prey movie.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it's what I saw. Yeah,
because there's a bunch of the clickbaity shock jock, I guess I would call them, YouTube channels like the Quartering Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, who I'm just convinced at this point don't actually hate or dislike all the things that they cover and whine about. They just do it to get clicks.
Sure.
So I just made a post joking that lead roles are being taken from straight white men, and someone took it way too seriously and like quote tweeted it, and I was like, you like missed the point.
Mm-hmm. Satire.
You completely missed the point and took what I said way too seriously.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm gonna watch the movie for my own opinion. I'll probably like it because I've liked
I do plan on watching it as well, somehow.
Alien and Predator series. I haven't seen the recent one before this one that had Keegan-Michael Key in it. I haven't seen that one, so I still need to watch that one at some point. But I've liked the Alien and the Predator series. Like I like Prometheus and Alien Covenant a lot more than a lot of other people did. Like
Loved
a lot of people shat on Alien Covenant, and like especially a lot of people shat on Prometheus because of the infamous Prometheus school of running away from things. Even though if you consider
love
the
that
scale
joke
of the ship, you would not be able to necessarily immediately tell the motion of that giant ass vehicle unless if you like stop to look at it.
That is directly Cinema Sins, and I love those guys, and I use that joke. I do that.
I enjoy it too, but like if we're being like actually analytical about it, you would not be able to tell based on the size and scale of the thing.
Sure.
Which way it was rolling, unless if you stopped to actually like look at it, and by the time you do that, you're probably going to be squished anyways.
But I mean, it is a joke channel that makes jokes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So.
No, I know.
Okay. Okay.
I don't hate them. Sometimes I dislike them when they shit on something I like too much.
I've run across people who are like, they're just negative and they hate everything, and like they like people who like legitimately think that they are terrible and have like no value, and I'm like, you do realize this is a character that they've made up and that they're playing. This is like the literal actually guy. They're making the movie actually guy. Like that is the character. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. They are making fun of such people. But you wouldn't know that unless you listen to their podcast, which I suggested to these people that were saying that. Why would I do that? I don't like them. I'm like, again, you're missing the point of of everything. So yeah. Sasha and Morg can be found on our Discord, which you can find in our both of our Twitters, and you can search it out. We've had a couple people join. Still do try to play Sunbreak with some people. I just haven't lately because there's things to power wash. So don't know if I'll get done with that before I play Sunbreak again, but it'll be there waiting for me. Of course, Boulder's Gate too. I'm enjoying that as well. So, alrighty. Thanks everyone, and we will catch you next week with some video game news. Laters.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye bye.